Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I am coming on today to do my wrap up for the Summertime Reads Readathon. This was hosted by Completely Melanie and Reads Readers. I did better. I got I got 4 out of the 5 books read. But one of them, actually there's 2 books that might fit for the other challenge, so I'm thinking that I got all the challenges covered. I just didn't get to read one of the books that I wanted to read. So I'll go ahead and go over the challenges and what books might go for that challenge. The one I didn't do, that I didn't get to, was The Sun is Shining, read a book with yellow on the cover. But there are a couple books that have some yellow on the cover that I think might fit for that. The next challenge is Summer Fling, keep it short and sweet. And that way we were supposed to read a book with less than 200 pages. And for that one, I read The Book of Three by Lloyd Alexander. And this is one of the ones, to me, the title is yellow and it's got some yellow over here. So that could count for the read a book with yellow on the cover. Now, this book I gave 4 stars. This one was pretty good. It is what the Black Cauldron, the Walt Disney movie, The Black Cauldron, was based on. And this it touches a lot, but from what I remember, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but it's a little different too. But this is about Taryn, who is an assistant pig keeper, and he kind of dreams for adventure, and this book is kind of about when adventure finds him, and it's about the Horn King, which is this guy, bad guy, horrible evil guy. And basically he's kind of like the main bad guy's general kind of thing, but the main bad guy kind of lives in the land of the dead. So it's really cool, and it's a series, and I'm going to continue with it. The only thing is there was a female character, and she's a younger girl, but oh my gosh, was she annoying. I hated reading her. So I'm hoping in the later books she'll grow up a little bit and won't be as annoying. But other than that, it was a pretty good book. So, and it's middle grade, and it was really short, and like I said, I really enjoyed it. So the next one is Take a Dip, for water on the cover. And for this one, I read the Guernsey Literary and Potato Pill Pie Society by Mary Ann Schaefer and Annie Barrows. This one, I did not realize, but this one is actually written in letter format, where it's letters where our main character, we see some of her letters that she's written to other people, and sometimes letters that she received. And this is really good. It's right after World War II, and it's about this author, and she was known for publishing things about the war under a pseudonym, and she's done with that, and she's over it, and she wants to try to find something else, and she wants to publish in her own name. And so she's trying to find a topic to write about, and she lives in London, and of course her flat that she used to live in was bombed, and so she's kind of dealing with the war, the aftermath of the war there, and she ends up getting this letter written by this guy who lives on the island of Guernsey, and they start writing back and forth, and she falls in love with the people of Guernsey, and she ends up going there, and it's just a sweet little book. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. I do really love World War II type stories, and it had so many different elements and so many different things coming in from the war, and about this, how the war was on this island, because the Nazis actually came and held the island for 5 years, so it was rough, and so she gets a taste of that through stories from these people that she's at first writing back and forth too. And then when she goes to the island, she gets to hear it in person, and it just, oh, this is such a good book. I had seen the movie a couple years ago and was thinking that it was going to be the same, and it's not. It's very different. The story is a lot, I mean, it's similar in some ways, but the way the characters react to certain things and the way she finds out about certain things is totally different in the book, and I really like the way the book did it better. So, but if you haven't read this and you like World War II stories and you don't mind letters back and, being read in letters back and forth, I would highly recommend this book. So, yeah, it's a good book. And as you can see, it's got the water on the cover. Okay, the next one is Travel Abroad, and this is set in another country. And for this one, I did have this physical book, but I had to take it back to the library because somebody else had it on hold. But I read The Merchant's Daughter by Melanie Dickerson, and as you can see, it's kind of yellow right there also. So this book would also qualify for some yellow on the cover. But this one is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. This is the second in this series of retellings. And this one is in England. So that would be the set in a different country. But this one was really good. It was really different, a different take on Beauty and the Beast. Because there's no magical elements. It's just that the Beast character has some scars and things from something that happened in his past. And I really enjoyed this one. Once again, like the first one, if it does have a lot to do with God, and there are a lot of prayers. She actually talks about wanting to be a nun, and things like that. So, I mean, if you don't like Christian type books or books that refer to God at all, then I'd stay away from this. If you don't mind it, I would recommend this. I gave this one 4 stars. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And I will be continuing this series. I think there's 7 books, 8 books. There's a lot of books, but it's like I said, you don't necessarily have to read all of them because they're different retellings. So, but anyway, yeah, so that was that one. And then the last prompt in the last book I read is Beach Party, group book, which was Summer of Salt, which I could not get, which I'm sad. I do have that on my TBR list so that whenever my library can get it, or whenever I can get it on Scribd, I will read it because it sounds like an amazing book. Or buddy read a book. I didn't do that either, but I did read a book for the prompt. Nobody was interested in buddy reading with me. If you guys are ever interested, if anybody's interested in buddy reading, just let me know. I've buddy read with Dane before and loved it. We buddy read a couple books actually. Actually, it was more like a group read than just a one-on-one, but I still enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, but anyway, I read The Darkest Star by Jennifer L. Armentrout for this one. And this one, it's kind of like in the Lux. She also wrote the Lux series, which I have not read, and this is in the same world as that one, but it's 4 years later. So I believe the characters are totally different. Maybe there's a couple side characters that might have come over from the other books. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read them, but I didn't have any problem understanding what was going on, not having read the other books, which I was a little afraid of. But I really, really enjoyed this. This is about a character that she... Okay. So the world was attacked by aliens. That's what happened in the Lux series. And then so the attacking aliens have kind of left because they lost, I guess. And so, but some aliens have stayed. And so there's this bar where everybody's welcome. And so this girl, at the very beginning of the book, she goes to this bar and she ends up meeting this, who she thinks is a Luxon, which is the name of the aliens. So it goes on, and there's all kinds of twists and turns, and we find out a lot of stuff, and it's really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. But I will say it's almost, okay, it's not the subject matter, but the feeling is almost like Twilight, where it's just this book that you just have to read. I read this, was it a day and a half? I read it really quickly because I couldn't put it down. I just wanted to know what was going on. And I just loved it so much. But it's also like that where it's a little tropey and it's not the best writing, but it's just the characters just make you, they just kind of pull you in and you just want to continue reading. So if you're not that kind of reader, I wouldn't recommend this. But if you are, I would definitely recommend this book. And let me know if any of you have read the Lux series, if you guys enjoyed that. I'm still on the fence whether I want to read that or not, because I have heard so many bad things. And usually I don't listen to that. But for some reason, I just have this, I don't know, bad feeling about reading that series, and I don't know why. So, but anyway, those are the books that I read for the summertime Readathon. I really, really enjoyed this one. They are doing, every season they do a new Readathon. So I hope you guys will join us for the next one, which will be in the fall. So they're going to be coming up with some great prompts. They always do. And plus they have a live show and they're a lot of fun, and I love them to death. So anyway, guys, please remember to always be kind to one another, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!